Hey y'all, it's Aubrey Shaw, and it's that time of the month where I like to come on and give you your market update for Austin, Texas. Our stats just came out, and I want you to be the first to know about them. So here's what's going on in Austin, Texas real estate. Our inventory of available homes for sale came down this month when we compare it to last month. We're sitting at right about 3 months of inventory currently, and that's not even a lot of inventory. So that's not even a balanced market's amount of inventory. It is considered pretty low inventory, 3 months. But we've had low inventory in Austin since 2019. So part of the reason for the low inventory is that as much as I know we see building going on, they're not building them fast enough. So not a whole lot to choose from because of building issues. We've had a lot of sellers wanting to hold on to those rates in the 2% range, and it's really put off for them maybe moving up into their next property and also putting their house on the market. So 3 months of inventory, not too bad, but it is taking around 84 days on average before you get a contract that you accept on a property. So pushing up to almost 3 months on market before the average amount of properties will get an offer that they accept. So that should be the expectation if you're listing your home. It's going to take 3-4 months before you get the offer, if you're priced right and if you look great. Let's see, sold home prices. They are down 6% for the year. In a normal market in Austin, we will see 4 to 6% appreciation on homes. So before all that 2020 craze happened, that's pretty much what we could count on. 4 to 6% appreciation each year was our average. This year we lost 6% of that appreciation. So not a crash, but definitely a restructuring to more reasonable values for the city. And that's a slow decline. That's through the entire year of 2023. That is overall how much lack of appreciation we saw on properties, 6%. This year, talking to other people in the industry, mortgage people that much smarter than me that follow charts and all that stuff, Dow Index. But listening to all of them and taking in their opinions, this coming year, we are expecting rate reductions, even though the last time the rate made a move, it was slightly up last week. We are expecting some rate decreases, probably not even getting to that 5% kind of interest rate. Currently, we're sitting at right about 6.5% interest rates for the most qualified borrowers. So maybe getting down to just a 6, that's a reasonable interest rate. But we are expecting this to kind of bottomed out. And now this year, we're either going to see anywhere from 0 to 6% appreciation. So flat line to normal amount of appreciation this year is what the industry is expecting. New home sales continue to dominate the market. The reason for this is that new homes can offer 0%, not 0%, but 5% interest rates, and they are. And they're doing that in a myriad of ways. Some of them are offering just a big lump sum of money, like $30,000 on a $400,000 house to put towards rate buy downs or closing costs, and really minimizing that payment and also the upfront costs for the buyers. Also, with our affordable housing options being very limited, and I would say that's anything under $400,000 in Austin now, but that is where we really are hurting for inventory. New home condos, brand new condos are doing really well also. Those are affordable options for first-time home buyers, and then if you can eliminate those upfront costs and get that payment to a good, reasonable amount, they're meeting that need for first-time home buyers. And so condos are up 31% over last time it was December 2023. So they're doing well. They're continuing to do well, new homes. Overall, sellers are getting 97% of their original list price on their properties. That's good. That's a very close little margin of list price to sales price. I will say that where sellers are giving some of those dollars, and this data doesn't take that into account, is towards the buyer's closing costs. So even on resale homes, especially if you're competing in an area with a lot of new homes, a lot of our resale home sellers are offering $10,000 in closing costs. And $10,000 on a $400,000 house will get them a 3-2 buy down, which is just a fancy loan program that cuts their interest rate down for year 1 and year 2 for them before it pops up to the current interest rate when they purchased. So sellers are giving concessions there. You know, this year, the industry's definitely had some just crazy years. I mean, we had crazy appreciation. Some of our homes doubled in value. And 2023 was our first normal year again, but I wouldn't even call it normal. I would call it a recovery year because, you know, our sellers still wanted the values here. Our buyers thought the market had crashed. And 2023 was really about kind of pulling those two things back together again and setting, you know, consumer expectations on the market. So that seems to have matched up now. Getting 97% of original list price is great, but it is taking longer to sell your home. And I know that that still feels a little bit frustrating to some sellers. You know, it's hard to have your home on the market. You got to be ready to show it. It's got to be clean. You worry about it if it's vacant, especially during the weather that we're having now with freezes. So, you know, we are doing some things to help our sellers out there, running by doing house checks. But mostly we're having to be patient. If your home's going to sell, it's going to sell probably in that March to June timeframe. That's probably the best odds of you selling for the highest price. So a lot of my listings, I know our showings are starting to pick up. The last 2 weeks, really started to see showings pick up across the city, boots on the ground, you know, observations. A lot increase in mortgage applications, 9% increase in mortgage applications. That's the biggest increase in years that they've seen in a single month. So all of these are indicators that there are going to be buyers this spring. Sellers seem to be reasonable. Where we're needing to help out buyers a lot is usually on the closing cost or to get the interest rate down. But it should be a good 2024, y'all. I certainly am hoping that it is. And if you guys have any real estate questions or want to talk about the value of a property, of course, I'm always here. I would love to talk to you. Y'all have a great Friday.